Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Ashlyn. I'm a 26-year-old wife and mom. We are in a very frugal stage of life, so I make lots of budgeting and personal finance videos. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, then I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel and join us here. It's November, so Thanksgiving is coming up, and I am so excited. I love Thanksgiving. It's one of those holidays that I feel like gets overlooked a lot, but we get to spend the day with my extended family on my dad's side. There's probably over 100 people there. I love to eat good food, and I love the almost constant reminder throughout the month to focus on things that we are thankful for. So I am very excited for Thanksgiving. I hope you are too. And I wanted to, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, talk today about finding joy or having joy in a frugal season of life. I did almost this exact video, but I wanted to do it again because I feel like all of us could use the reminder of how to really find joy in our lives. Such a good reminder for me, so I hope that it is something that you find helpful as well, and that you are able to get some takeaways that help you feel more joy in your life. So to me, joy and happiness are two different things. Happiness can be super fleeting and can come from things like maybe you get your nails done, or you have a nice meal, or you cleaned your house, or somebody said something nice to you. Those things can make you happy, but it's not like a lasting feeling. But joy, on the other hand, I feel like is a much more sturdy, long-lasting emotion. So while there are lots of monetary or physical or consumeristic things that can bring happiness, I think those things are much less likely to bring lasting joy. So specifically for me, while I'm in this very frugal season of life, I like to focus on finding joy rather than finding happiness. And I wanted to share a few things that I do to help me do that. The first thing, and this is so cliche, and that is gratitude. But it's so important. When you're in a season of being frugal, or really just in any time of life, if you're struggling with being joyful in your situation, it's important to take a step back and think about all the things that you have and experience that you are grateful for. It's really easy to take for granted things like your health and the place that you live and the season that you're in, but a lot of the time those are the things that really do make up the joyful parts of your life. Being grateful and not wishing away where you are is definitely a big part of being joyful. Another thing is to embrace simplicity. A lot of the time it can be tempting, especially with the social media world that we are in, to feel like we need more stuff, more experiences, more space, more all of these things, because that's what we are constantly seeing. But being frugal and being in a frugal time of our life, not having the money to be able to spend on all of these things, kind of forces us to really embrace simplicity and having less. We definitely try to focus on simplicity being a good thing rather than a bad thing. It really is all about your mindset when it comes to finding joy. If you are looking for the things that you want to be upset about or you're missing out on, then you're going to find them. And alternatively, if you're looking for the things that make you happy and bring joy to your life and things that you can be grateful for, then you're going to find those things. So your mindset probably is the biggest thing that you can focus on to really just change how you feel about the life that you are in right now. Right along with that, probably my biggest tip for if you are feeling very negative about where you are in your life is to get off of social media. At least step back from it as much as possible. The content that we consume, the people that are constantly talking to us and at us, makes such a big difference in the way that we think and feel about our situation. For a long time, social media was totally an addiction for me, and a lot of negative emotions came from that, for me at least. Lots of comparison and wishing for things and wanting things and feeling like I wasn't good enough came from the things that I was seeing on social media. But when I deleted the apps off my phone, it really, one, stopped me from seeing things that I felt like I suddenly needed, but also just not comparing my life to other people's lives has made a big difference in how I feel about our situation. So if you are finding yourself feeling negative, then I definitely would recommend just taking a break from social media and seeing how that affects where your mindset is. So while we're talking specifically about joy in frugality, I think one of the big things that helps me to keep finding joy and to keep, feeling motivated and positive about where we're going is remembering that this is definitely not a forever lifestyle. I am not always going to have to be pinching pennies and cutting things from my budget wherever possible. This is just where we're at right now as we are in kind of the building stage of our life. And eventually we will build ourselves right out of having to be so frugal. So I do try to remember that this is just a season, it is not forever. And the way that we are going to make it a season is by having goals and working towards them. So my next one is to have specific goals that you focus on. It definitely helps to just have one or two, because when you're trying to split a very frugal budget in multiple ways, it can make it really difficult to make any progress towards any of the goals that you have. So having kind of specifically just one goal and a plan of how you're going to reach it makes all the difference in keeping up that motivation and that positivity and being able to feel joy while you are in the season of building and being frugal and working toward that goal. And right along with that is tracking your progress. So for me, I have this YouTube channel that I use kind of to track my progress. It's like a bi-weekly, monthly reminder for me. I go through all of my finances all the time here on this channel, but being able to track where you are at in reaching your goals makes a big difference in how you feel about reaching that end goal. So those are my biggest tips when it comes to finding joy in frugality. Focusing on what you have instead of what you don't, tuning out the noise of social media and the people that may or may not have more than you do, and just being grateful for where you're at. If you have any tips on how you are finding lasting joy while you are in a season of life that may not be the most extravagant, then I would love to hear about those in the comments. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. I know it's kind of annoying for me to say that in every video, but it really does help when I see the thumbs up on these videos. I know which ones you like to see. It helps other people get them on their pages, so please give it a thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you again next week for another one. Bye!